Today I am going to show you how to take an image, like a picture or whatever, and place it over a shape and cut the image to that particular shape. And it's very easy to do in Photoshop, and we're going to use the tool called the clipping mask. So let's go ahead and get started. I have a picture of a cake that I want to place over this gift card shape that I've created, and so I'm going to show you how to do that. Now I've already created a lot of the elements, and I just want to show you the clipping mask part of it. So you can see I have a group up here called gift cards, and in that group I have some text and a knockout that I'll show you a little bit later. And then I have the shape that I'm going to use. So this is the shape that I'm going to start off with. And this shape could be anything. The clipping mask works just great with any type of a shape. Okay, so we start off with our gift card, and then we go ahead and get the image that we want. And you'll notice that this image is larger than the rectangle gift card. Okay, and so what I want to do is I want to quickly cut this image down so that it fits just over the rounded edges in the rectangle. And the easiest way to do that is to go ahead and select the bottom layer. You want your image below, or you want your image on top of the shape. And then once you've got them in order, then you're going to go ahead and click and select the shape itself. And then what we're going to do is we're going to hold down on the keyboard, we're going to hold down the Alt key. Now that brings up the clipping mask option. And what you want to do is you want to kind of hover your mouse in between the image on top and the shape on bottom, and that's going to allow you to create that union between these two. So with the Alt key down, hovering right in between those two layers, and then left click, and you'll see right off the bat what happens. The image itself is cut just to the shape underneath. So let's take a look at that using a different shape. Let's say that I wanted to use a bunny. Alright, so if I go over to my Shapes tool, I click Custom Shape, and then up here it'll allow me to select which shape I want. Now I could use anything. I'm going to use the snail. How about that? We'll try that. Okay, so I create my snail. I'm just going to position him a little bit here. Okay, so I've got my shape. I'm going to go up to the image that I want to put over it, right there. I've got the image on top, shape on bottom. Hold down the Alt key, select the shape, hold down the Alt key, and then hover between the two. Now I didn't turn the image on so we can't see it. There we go. Okay, Alt key down, hover right over in between those two shapes, in between those two layers, image on top, shape on bottom, left click, and there it goes. Just a perfect cutout of that. Alright, so anyway, back to our gift card. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the snail. I've got my gift card shape. I've got my image. I've selected the gift card shape. Alt key down and click in between the two layers. Then I'm going to go ahead and turn on my knockout, and I'll show you how to do that in another video. And then I'm going to put some text on top of that. So that's going to complete the gift card, but I don't have it in the right shape and the right position yet. So what I like to do, you can do this a couple of ways. You could make a smart object, which would be fine as well. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to right click on this group, and I'm going to duplicate the group. And then once I have I'll unselect or hide the original one. I'm going to work with this top copy of that group. I'm going to right click. I'm going to select Merge Group to combine them into a flattened image. That'll allow me to work with it a little bit easier down the road. Now I need to get it into place, so I'm going to go ahead and put it below the logo layer. So you'll notice that the card itself is under all the different layers here, and that's where we want it. Now we're going to work with the shape just a little bit to make it kind of give it some perspective. So what I'm going to do, selecting the gift card, the one that I'm going to work with here, the image on this layer, I'm going to hold down the control key, click T for transform, and then I'm going to right click on the transform, and I'm going to use the distort transform. Now what this allows me to do is work with each individual corner to kind of give it some perspective. You could use the perspective tool. There's nothing wrong with that if that's what you would like to use. I prefer to use this because it gives me a little bit more control over how things look. Alright, so we just get that right in place. So now it looks like it's angling towards the back of the image. So I've got it where I want it. I click OK, and there is your finished product with a nicely formed gift card. Hope this helps. Thanks.